Hello agents and welcome to another Division build video. Today I'm going to show you my Deadeye build. If you're following this channel, you know that I make a couple of builds for you guys. Some was nice and good, some was less successful, but in any way I didn't make builds that are used by the majority of players. I was always trying to do something new, some way to make a build funny for play, and beside that I decided to show you a couple of builds in my future videos which are considered the overpower or meta or some of the most popular builds. Today is a Deadeye. I will show you my version of a Deadeye. I will tell you also what you can do to make this build even more successful, and of course this build is going to work equally good in the PVE and the PvP. So when it comes to Deadeye build, the first thing you wanna do is to change your settings. What settings I'm talking about? I'm talking about the mouse scope sensitivity. Everything about Deadeye build is about zooming. You know, when you're zooming with the Deadeye, you are getting 100% critical hit chance. So this is really helpful to me. I changed my mouse scope sensitivity to 100, and this is really helping a lot. This way you can even face tank enemies in the last stand and of course in the PvE content of the game. So that's it about the settings. Let's go to my build. For my primary weapon I am using Surplus SVD. This is by far the most successful weapon when it comes to Deadeye build, because you can shoot pretty quickly with this sniper rifle, and the damage with this build is awesome. Later in a video I will show you some of the clips from the last stand I made for you guys, and I will also at the end of the video include one underground gameplay. That way you can see the build is performing in PvE and PvP equally good. So let's go to the weapon. My primary weapon, Surplus SVD, it's marksman rifle with 172% headshot damage, 64.6k base damage, and the talents I have on this build are prepared. Damage increase 15% when more than 30 meters from the target. Destructive, especially good for PvE, armor destruction value increased by 15% using this weapon, and the competent weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using a skill. The mods on the rifle are extended mag with crit hit damage and rate of fire, C79 scope with crit hit damage, headshot damage and crit hit chance, loud vent brake with critical hit damage, headshot damage and optimal range, and large underbarrel small grip red with crit hit damage, accuracy and stability. I will tell you immediately, when you're modding your rifle for a Deadeye, you always want to stack critical hit damage as much as you can on all of your mods, because once you zoom, the Deadeye fourth piece talent will give you 100% critical hit chance. That way you are covered, you have maximum crit hit chance, and you will have maximum crit hit damage. For the secondary rifle, I'm using M700 carbon rifle with 170% headshot damage, 137k base damage, and I also have a pretty similar talent. It prepared brutal headshot damage increased by 12% using this weapon, and elevated. Okay, this elevated could be easily switched for competent, and that way you will have even more powerful rifle. This is situational. Elevated increase your damage by 10% when elevated more than 1.2 meters above your target. That means you have to climb up some truck or some higher position on the ground to proc this talent. So if you have competent on this, then you will just pop your skill and you will have immediately 10% more damage. The mods are also pretty same like on my Surplus SVD. It's mag extended mag with crit damage, rate of fire, again crit damage, and crit damage on all of my mods. This rifle has also potential to be a one-shot sniper, but not with this build. I will probably need to change something to make a one-shot sniper build, but you will see in the gameplay that this is working pretty fine. Of course, you don't have to go with two sniper rifles. You can choose to go with SMG like a secondary weapon, or assault rifle, or any type of weapon you really feel comfortable to play with. Okay, let's go to the build itself. I'm running a barret bulletproof vest. This is not a must for this build. You can use reckless, which will add 8% additional damage to this build without using skill, but with the barret bulletproof vest you will have a 5% increase in damage when one of your skill is on the cooldown, and your other talents on the barret, you'll know 2 skills on cooldown increase armor, and barret bulletproof vest is rolled firearms. The major attributes are exotic damage, resilience, and health. This exotic damage resilience is helping in the last stand, but if you want to increase your damage, you should find the vest with enemy armor damage and health. And because this is 2 sniper build, I'm really missing some ammo, and the minor attribute is increase kill SP, but it's better if it's ammo capacity. For the mods on this vest, I'm going with the firearms health 2 mods. Okay, let's go to my mask. This is also not optional for this build. I'm using Pharaoh's oxygen mask because I have 6.5 enemy armor damage for a major attribute on this mask, and I'm having damage to elites. If you want a pure PvP build, then you should go with enemy armor damage on your mask and burn resistance. That will be the god roll for PvP, but for PvE this is pretty good because damage is increased with enemy armor damage and 11% damage to elites. It is also rolled firearms. The mod on my mask is again firearms with health. You can go with any type of mask you want. You could use refreshed mask or any others. This is not a must for a build, but I find it useful sometimes in the last stand, because you can shoot when you're burning. That's all about Pharaoh's mask. So let's go further. For my knee pads, I'm having Deadeye positioning braces. There are one item in this build that is rolled stamina. I needed to roll 1 piece stamina because of the talents on my weapon, special because of the destructive talent, which I really wanted to have on this build. This is the best you can go with the Deadeye. Again, you want to stack critical hit damage, so major attribute is 9% critical hit damage. Minor attributes is 15% damage to elites, 32% blind death, and 29 shock resistance. Blind death should be burn resistance, and this will be a god roll for PvE, but it is what it is. If you want to make a PvP, you should go with something like this. Again, 9% critical hit damage, disrupt, shock, and burn resistance. So this is pretty much god roll for a last stand, but I made this build to be easy to play for a PvE and for a PvP. Unlike other Deadeye builds, I'm having pretty high toughness because of this one item rolled stamina. You see toughness is 325,000. I'm not so squishy, and it's helping you if you came in situation where you are close to the enemy and you can really face tank. You will see in the clips from the last stand that it is hard, but you have a chance to win the fight one-on-one because of the stamina and the mouse scope sensitivity. Okay, let's go to my backpack. It's a Deadeye go bag, and it is rolled firearms. I have maximum firearms on this Backpack major attribute is health, and I'm having 53% ammo capacity, which is really helpful because it's 2 sniper rifle build. The mods on my backpack are stamina with health to enable my talents on the rifles, and I'm having 2% pulse critical hit damage mods, which will increase crit hit damage for a Deadeye build. I forgot to show you mods on my knee pads. The mods on my knee pads are firearms health and again 2% pulse critical hit damage. All 4 performance mods are pulse critical hit damage. Let's go to my gloves. These are Godroll gloves for a Deadeye. They are rolled 1270 firearms, and I'm having marksman rifle damage, enemy armor damage, and critical hit damage. This can't be better for a Deadeye build. And my holster is a Deadeye holster with health as a major attribute, pretty high roll in the firearms, and some mid-range stamina. That's it, guys, for gear set. There are many ways to do a Deadeye build. I don't have a Deadeye mask. If I have a Deadeye mask, then I will probably go with the nimble holster, which will increase your healing and survivability of this build. But I don't have a mask. If I have a mask again, then you can probably go with a specialized backpack, but that's a whole different story. That's it, guys. Let's go to my character. I will show you quickly what is going on here. I don't have 9k firearms, but 8k firearms. It's pretty strong for this build. I'm having unusually high stamina for this build. People go most of the times with 9k stamina, 9k firearms. I said I didn't go 9k firearms because the talents on my rifles, and I have a pretty low electronics. Weapon damage. Okay, crit hit chance just at 3%. You don't need to stack crit hit chance on Deadeye build because Deadeye talent will give you 100% crit hit chance once you zooming with your sniper rifle. Critical hit damage is pretty high, it's 129%, and the headshot damage is 183%. I have a little bit accuracy and stability. You see range because of the prepared on my rifle is 35 meters. You should play a little bit from behind with this build. If your group in the last end is running forward, the best way for you is to stay like 10 to 15 meters behind them and try to clean the way for them. You will not have so many kills playing that way, but you will greatly help your teammates because 1 or 2 shot with the SVD in this build is it's crazy damage. You will damage the enemies really good, and then your teammates can just finish them. But it's great way to play with this build. Of course, if you are skilled enough, you can do it really good with this build in the last end. I'm not the best PvP player, but I managed to make some easy kills with this build. You will see the later in the video. Okay, reload time. Let's continue. Marksman rifle damage from my gloves. I'm having 26% damage to elites. Let's talk about this a little bit. If you want this build to be pure PVE build, then you should switch your mods for firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. Those are purple mods. Then this build will be really, I don't know how to say, the build for PvE where you will just annihilate the elite enemies. I mean, I will probably do another video with damage to elites mods, and I will try to finish legendary mission. If I succeed in that by playing solo, I will show you guys. Okay, enemy armor damage 28.5%. Skill power is pretty low, but it really doesn't matter for this build. Toughness, max health, armor. And that's it, guys. Okay, let's go quickly to my skills and my talents. For skills, I'm decided to go with the recon pack. Of course, when you're playing last stand, you should go with the scramble, because this is the best way to go in PvP, because this pulse, this scramble will protect you from your hostile pulse scanners. I'm going with the recon pack in this build because have the less cooldown time. It's 38.40 seconds. It's a little bit shorter than on the scrambler. If you wanna do damage in PVE, then this is probably the best way to go with the tactical scanner. I'm using booster shot. That way I will even more increase my damage. Once I pop my booster shot, it will increase total damage of the build. So that's it. Because I'm playing solo, I always use recover link. My talents, I decided to go with critical save. You really need some survivability in this build. Tactical advance, if you know how to use it, it's pretty powerful way to increase your damage even more. Complete cover to cover move to increase weapon damage by 2% per meter covered for 5 seconds. Enter any cover to reduce recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. This is pretty important for this build. That way you will really have a steady sniper rifle once you are in a cover, and even when you exit the cover, this talent will stay, so you will have a really nice time using your sniper rifle, especially SVD, which tends to jump a little bit if you don't have this talent enabled. And of course I'm having a headshot hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds, which is not a must. You can go with any other talent you feel comfortable, but these are the 4 talents I was using in the videos. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you like this build. If you have any suggestions, you can leave it in the comment under this video on the YouTube. I will try to answer all of you as I did in the past. Thank you for being my subscribers. Comment, like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
रिकवरी मारी थी यार.
Tactical boost can be enabled in 10 seconds. Tactical boost can now be enabled.
Bravos, confirm neutral.
पढ़ा तूने में. कौन सा एक यूज कर रहा भाई? एमबोट बता भी दे यार, मैं बताना तो पड़ेगा. B3 गाइस, B3.
multiplier has been activated. Charlie's neutral. Your spawn relay is no longer active. Buddy spawn is up and running. We control Charlie. Your spawn relay has been enabled. Alpha is now neutral.
Pulse is activated at Charlie. 10 seconds until tactical boosts are available.
Curarme, curarme.
¿Dónde estás?
Tactical boosts can now be enabled. Mission at Charlie is no longer functional.
Points multiplier is confirmed active. We own Bravo. Charlie's neutral. Your spawn relay is now deactivated. We've got Bravo. Okay, we've moved into the lead. Bravo's gone hostile. Rogue agents have points multiplier active.
Stay there. Go back.
Recon ahead. Halfway done. Looks like we got cleaners down in the tunnels breaking crap that needs to stay online. You want to go take care of business?
Alert. Detecting hostiles. Hostiles incoming. Alert. Hostiles detected.
Tough work. Somebody's gotta do it. Come on, guys! Get ready! Gas grenade! Going in! Ventilator's ready!
Hostiles incoming. Alert. Now detecting hostiles.
They look weak, they're likely infected, and they gotta go. They all deserve it. All of them.
Incoming! Heads up. Get ready to do your jobs. Got company! We're the
Get ready to burn! I'm clear! I saw you. Going in! I got this!
Plenty of people have figured out that this is a nice place to hide from the JTF, under the streets. And if you found this, you're smarter than most of the people roaming around down here. Maybe you know about the bomb that went off. Terrible tragedy, wasn't it? And you probably want to know who did it and why. You might even be the decision. Well, that's why I made this. To give you a little something to think about.
Alert. Detecting hostiles.
Get it on the run!
Got a problem here.
With me!
Get the job done.
you, I've got you.
It's gotta be done. I gotta do this.
Hostiles incoming.
It's over now. Going in.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Stick together.
Warning. Have detected heavily armored hostile approaching.
Don't make this harder.
Heads up! We got cleaners! I'm only seeing one. Hey, perfect shot.
Sorry I had to ask you to do that. But when the bad guys come calling, there's not a lot we can do.
Don't know how we could have made it without you. Glad you had our backs.